What's good? What's good? Festo, true and real knowledge. What up? What's up? Everybody get them likes up. Everybody get them likes up. Oh shit. Damn, bro. I'm glad you said that. True and real said it's the stream y'all working. Yo, I've been running, bro. I've been running. I ain't even touched my computer to see. I'm glad you said that, man. I'm really glad you said that. Remind me, man. I really gotta get my shit in order, man. I really do. I gotta slow down. I really got to slow down. I'm doing way too much, man. I'm constant on the go all day, man. I got in the house last night, 12 o'clock. Well, Thursday ain't bad day, you know. But I definitely have to start, you know, health-wise, definitely slow it down some, man. I don't think it's broke. I have to see. I don't know, because I got a new card. I think that's what it might be. I don't know. I have to see, because maybe because when I had fraud, I did get a new card, a new debit card. I got a new debit, but that was like a couple months ago though. I had this debit card for like 2 months. Maybe that's it, but normally they go by the account number, not the debit card. I just have to go check. Sean family. Nathan, what up? The Lakers, this is going to be a good NBA season, I think. I really think this is going to be a real exciting NBA season, because I think every team is like, I think like it's going to be a lot of goodies in the NBA this year. I don't think it's going to be like a lot of blowouts. I think the problem, I'm going to tell you one problem the NBA has, and one thing I don't like about NBA players, a lot of NBA players is bitchy. So if something going on in an organization, one thing about the NBA, and it's more so than football. See, football guys' mentality, like, I don't know if you guys ever met football players, and I've met a few football players and know them, like talk to them like act, not just a one-day thing. And basketball players, it's endless basketball players, right? It's a totally different thing. Like, they mentality, like, you know what I'm saying? They way more humble than an NBA player. And a football, you see how destructive guys like Antonio Brown, who else? Who's like real? Who else is like some of the football players be really? It don't affect the locker room as much as an NBA player. Maybe because it's 50 NBA NFL players, and maybe that might be it. I don't know. But a one NBA player can destroy a locker room, and it could be a really it can really affect the locker room more so like the NFL. And so it always be like eternal things in a lot of NBA locker rooms, and that's why a lot of times teams be off. But I think the talent level right now, far as I think is good. I really think is good. I think the problem be with a lot of these NBA, like I said, a lot of NBA players bitchy. So if they not happy with something, it affects the team, and then it affects the play. But if everybody happy and go hard and want to win, you can have a lot of NBA good games. You can really have a lot of NBA good games. You can. Because if you just look at it and you just grab any two random teams and you grab any two NBA teams, if everybody healthy, they should be able to compete. It's no teams that you look at like, nah, like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the coaches, sometimes the coaches don't. See, the thing is with the NBA too, a lot of coaches can do their job, but see, it's a lot of politics with the NBA. Oh, you got to play this guy because he's making money or this and that. Like, it'd be a lot of like little underlying things that affect it. But you have to coach. Like I saw they saying this, and that's why I said it's still crazy. They said that Herb Jones gonna play center for the Pelicans, right? Oh, I don't like it, but let's say okay, you're gonna do that. Why in the hell CJ McCollum in that lineup? See, that's what I'm saying. You respect him that much. Oh, he's CJ because his reputation, but that's not best for the team. If you're gonna do that, Herb Jones 6'7", he's skinny. He's not no Zion where he's thick. They saying he gonna play center. I don't like that idea, but that's what they claim they gonna do, right? So my thing is this. I'm on the move, so I can't read none of y'all comments. My thing is this. If you put Trey Murphy in that starting lineup, now look at your lineup. Now you got everything 6'7" outside of Murray. You know what I'm saying? You got everything 6'7" above, and Brandon ain't gonna be the tallest person at 6'9". You have Zion. Zion really like 6'6", but if you want to say he's 6'7", you can, because he's really big. And Murphy is like 6'8". But Murray rebound good. See, the thing is, if you're gonna have a lineup like that, TJ McCollum do not rebound. He's older. He's old, much older now. He's an older player. He's never been a rebound, never been a grit guy. He's not like no Josh Hart guy gonna battle it. If you're gonna go to small lineup, you better rebound the ball. See, this is the thing about it. You better rebound the ball. And my thing is, I would start, if you're gonna do that, even I wouldn't do it, but okay, you're gonna do that, you do a Murphy, Jones, Ingram, and Zion. You put that lineup out there. At least you know on the boards, because you need all hands on deck. If you gonna have because Jones is not a good rebounder for a position. You only got really 3 good rebounders on that lineup. Is Ingram a good rebounder? He gets boards. Murray a good rebounder for a guard. He gets in there. He get them rebounds. And Zion, Murphy not a good rebounder, but he better than CJ. And same with Jones. He's better than CJ, but he's not like a good rebounder like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you got a whole bunch of good rebounders like that. So I say that to say this. You know what I'm saying? I say that to say this. That's what they should do. If you're gonna do that, at least now you got a bunch of guys long, athletic, and you know, get deflections, the loose balls they could grab. There's more size out there. Just common sense. There's more size out there. That's why I said sometimes it be these coaches and they just can't keep it real. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what's best for the team. At the end of the day, you gotta do what's best for the team. It can't be on no feelings thing, and these coaches sometimes it be compromised by the general manager. Say it's just too much politics in the NBA. Football, you got to get it how you live. So that's why I think it would cause problems where, like I said, it could be a good NBA season. You throw them guys out there and you just tell them y'all guys got to be scrappy. You know what I mean? It gonna help on the board some. because he can't do nothing with no centers. But see, you know the NBA is at a sad place for New Orleans. If I'm going to see if they're going to do it. They said they're going to put Herb Jones at center, but I'm going to see this. If they do that, that goes to show the NBA is at a bad place because you got a guy that's now, and I think that's stupid on New Orleans if you ask me, because you have to put Zion at that center because now you killing a wing defender. Now he got to play a guy that's in the post where you need him out on the wings to get the deflections and get in the double teams. Like I don't get that. Cause they saying they don't want to put Zion at center. Herb Jones gonna be lined up against the centers. Now he got the battle. Cause best believe some teams who got a little sense gonna try to post them up. Gonna try to post them up with a bigger player. And like I said, the NBA is in a sad place because for them to even try something like that, that means they not respecting the big man game. They not respecting the big man game. You know what I'm saying? They not respecting the big man game. Because if I'm any team against New Orleans, Herb Jones, I'm going in that post. But see, a lot of these guys don't have no post-up game. So he, outside of B and Jokic, Anthony Davis, I think, will punch him too. And that post. But even a guy like LeBron, well, you know, I don't know. I that's what they saying they're gonna do, but I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Yeah, he like it knowledge. Say what's up.
What's up?
Knowledge asked, did you like high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just dropped Avery off. Now I'm dropping Kawan off, and you know what I'm saying? So let's get the likes up. So that's the thing with the NBA. I think the coaching is overall is horrible because it's too much, and I think it's not just I just think it's too much politics. I think it's too much politics in the NBA. I wouldn't even think about no lineup like that. He said Daniel Theis gonna play most. Yeah, he's gonna play most of the minutes, but even I'm saying to start the game. Because they want that lineup out there playing bulk of the minutes. And it's time, you can see it's time for CJ ain't no 30-minute-a-game player. CJ not no 30-minute-a-game player. CJ never been like no winning player. He, what you do, you call a spark. At this stage in his career, he need to come off. That's why I killed Portland all them years. You can't come with them little lines like that. If you do, one of them guards. See, the difference between when you have little guards like that in the lineup, they starting lineup with two guys 6'1", Dame and CJ, right? When you do stuff like that, one of them guards better be a good defender and tough where they could scrape up some rebounds. You gotta have it like that. You can't have two guards and they don't do nothing for you defensively or hitting the boards. And that's what Dame and CJ did. All they did was strictly offense. They couldn't stop nobody. They didn't rebound. And that's just what it is. You look at Joe Dumars and Isaiah. Joe Dumars was an excellent defender. Excellent defender. They both was little. Joe Dumars is only like 6. They list him at 6'3". He is not. I say Joe Dumars. He is not. He is not. I want to say like 6'1" and a half. He's not no 6'3". You know what I'm saying? So but he was real good defensively. You couldn't post him up, you know what I mean? So he took away, so now you have to play him on the perimeter. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it. Even with Lafayette Lever. Lafayette Lever, when him and Michael Adams, they played the backcourt. Lafayette Lever averaged 9 rebounds. 9 rebounds back then. We ain't counting what he do now. Back then you had rebounders. Back then you had guys who rebounded. You could see the rebounds. They would grab you had them think they boxing out and strong knocking you on your ass. And he was averaging 8 or 9 rebounds. Fat Lever, he was tough. You said, Ren, what's your thoughts on Redick so far? I tell people it's hard on the preseason to judge. That's why, if you notice, I really haven't said anything about JJ Redick as far as his coaching. The stuff I speak about JJ Redick, I just don't respect. I just don't. He rubs me the wrong way. Like, he always saying little slick shit, and he just rubbed me the wrong way. But far as judging him on coaching, it's hard in the preseason because how you judge coaching, how they doing in certain situations. You can't judge a coach in the preseason because a coach going to put certain guys in because it's hard, because you can't play your starters but so much. Then you always gonna have guys that's not playing. Number one, you're gonna have some of your best guys not playing. If a guy got a little bit of soreness, you're not gonna play him, period. So you always gonna have guys that's not playing is one. Then you're gonna have guys, a good players, you're gonna be like, they not playing no more than 18 minutes a game. That's two. And you wanna get guys, you want to see who gonna make the team if you don't have a full roster. And then you want to get your players out, your young players out there. So it's always a lot of different things. So you can't see how his like in-game strategies, his substitution rotation. It's a lot. You can't judge coaching in the preseason. That's why when I hear Trevor Lane, oh, I think JJ this that, you can't. Like, they lying to you, man. This is why this is the best thing going on the Kareem Report, because one thing about the Kareem Report, I keeps it real. Anybody tell you could judge a coach on preseason, they lying. They lying. You cannot judge no coaching on preseason. It's impossible. It's impossible. You can't tell me how. Ooh, Mexican. You know what I'm saying? You can't. It's damn near impossible. Because if you got, let's say, the most you see guys in preseason, no matter who it is, may play 20 minutes. Like, it's hard. It's hard. Because you can't, go ahead. I'm not getting out. Go that way, get out. It's hard, because it's hard, because the key to judging the coach, his in-game strategy, game planning, rotations, all the things there that you can't do in the preseason. Can't do that in the preseason. Who got a rotation in preseason? You playing 16 people. He said Quincy a hidden gem. See, that's what I'm saying. Bronny, like, I just think that was really a bad move, have him as a 15th man. Because now the Lakers couldn't do nothing. Where you could have just put him on a two-way. You could have left a roster spot open, put him on the two-way. This way, when stuff get around, you could do a 2-for-1 trade. You handcuffed yourself on a player that's garbage. And he could have been on the two-way. That's what I'm saying. You had options. You know what I'm saying? You had options. You could have had him on a two-way. And that could have been that. Christian Woods go down. Vanderbilt not playing. You could have either had a center or even trade or anything. Or you could get your last player on a non-guaranteed contract. Your 15th player should have been you got 15 guaranteed contract and one guy just can't do anything. He's not even a legitimate college player. Think about it. He's not a starting level on a D1 college. Let this be real. On a starting D1 level, he's not no starter. He's at best a backup. At best a backup. He's not no starting guard on no college level. He's not no starting guard on no North Carolina, no Duke or anything. Even St. Bonaventure's. He's not even no starting guard on that. He's not. He's not. Because as a starter on a D1 level, if you just pick your poison at position, number one, there's nothing to point guard about him. So two guards, so now you starting a guy in the backcourt with another short guy that, like, he's not. Because he's more of a two guard than a point guard. And he's more of a two guard than a point guard. And there's nothing to two guard about him. He don't have no offensive mindset like a bucket getter. He's not that. He's not. He's not no starter. Not even on no college level. No D1 college level. He's not. But he has a guaranteed contract on the team. Though Connect had a bad shooting night. He said, "You're just hating at this point, gang." Like Big Juan said, "You just hating at this point." See, this is where it sounds crazy. You can't give a legitimate argument for Bronny for you to say I'm hating. See, that's the thing. If you do like Bronny in a situation like this is something you had to eat. Bronny, if you're a Bronny fan and you want to come to his defense, this situation here, you can't defend him. You can't defend Bronny. It's impossible to defend him. He did nothing to warrant. When somebody say Bronny not good, this, that, and the third, you cannot say, at this point here, you cannot say nothing. You just have to just be quiet. To say I'm hating, like it's like if his name wasn't Bronny and he was just a regular player, how come last year when people were sitting there talking about Hood Safino, this, that, and the third, people was going in on Hood Safino. Nobody say, I never, and I said a lot of things about Hood Safino. I said, to me, at least some things Hood Safino had going in his favor. He had like good size for his position. And I always said, it's nothing. I wasn't a fan of Hood Safino because if you look at Hood Safino, he has nothing elite. He had nothing elite. He wasn't a guy that you'd be like, oh, he's a bucket getter. he's not a guy that he's you be like, oh, he's a true point guard. I mean, like a high assist point guard. He wasn't no excellent defender. I always say he's just mediocre at everything. You're not leaving, right?
Probably not for like 15 minutes.
Oh, I can wait.
Okay.
I can wait. Huh? Oh, hell yeah. Definitely got to find that debit card. Nah, it's just all good. I got the time. Shit. But, yeah, I hit the jackpot today, knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I talked about Josefino a lot. That, you know what I mean? I think he's solid, but my thing is why I got mad with the Lakers, because I said it was other guys there that you clearly can see. You had a guy like Cam Whitmore. You had Cam Whitmore right there. A guy that you know, like, he good. He got excellent size for his position. He a bucket. He did that in the third. Woo. You got that there standing there at 17. You don't take a guy, Josefino, you can see clear at best for his whole career, he's never going to be a starting guard. You can see at best he's going to be a backup. He may last in the league. He might, but he got good size. He can get, I always say, yeah, he could get better and things like that, but it's nothing with Josefino. He said West got better with Dallas, Thunder, Kings, and Pelicans. He said, is scouts to blame for these picks? Yeah. Because, see, people don't, when it comes to certain things, like, I'm not going to come off like I'm the smartest man in the room. But you have to sit there and when it comes to something, you have to figure out, okay, cool. No, you got to know, okay, cool. What I'm doing here. You look at a player upside. Josefino didn't have no upside. Let's talk about Josefino. He didn't have no upside, right? Boom. So you go, okay, upside. He really didn't have no upside. Boom. You look at Josefino and you scout him, you can see he's an NBA backup. Okay, cool. There's nothing wrong with NBA backup. Now you ask yourself, who can you, if you're a team and you're not ready to play rookies, right? You had a team, you had championship. Well, I hate to say that, but this is how the Lakers was viewing themselves. You're a team and you're a team and you say, okay, I got veterans on the team. I'm in win now mode. And you know you not playing these young guys, right? You're not playing them, right? See, I don't know how big that spot is. I got another spot. That spot look big enough right there. I ain't waiting on her. That spot big enough. So, if you if you are I lost my train of thought. Then if you are a scout then you go, okay, if I'm not playing any one of these young guys, now you just go, hey, I'm going with the best player now. You only do that in the situation you like. No, I'm gonna play these guys. If you were like a young team and you like, all right, I got a bunch of forwards, I got a bunch of um bigs, I need a guard. And then if you say, okay, I got a bunch of young guys that's playing the wing, and let's say Cam Whitmore right there for the taking. Cam Whitmore's right there for the taking. You be like, all right, I got a bunch of young guys. Like I got a, a guy that's like a fringe all-star at the small forward that's young. You got this bunch of good young forwards. You straight with forwards going forward. You got a couple of them. And Cam Whitmore right there, you be like, he ain't gonna see the court on our team. Then you go, okay, cool, I get Josefino. But if you're a team that the position don't matter and you see a center and you be like, and he's young, and you see like, yo, he could be like that, you get him. He said, why my chin hairs is like that? He said, why my chin hairs like that? I don't know. You may have a better answer than me. I don't know. He said, Bronny need to go back to streaming. Yeah, and it's like you taking up a roster spot. And then I was the first one defend Giannis' brother when people say, Kareem, you don't say nothing about Giannis' brother. I always said the difference between they talking about having Bronny. They talk about Bronny part of the future. I could see him being a long term. I like with like it's this stuff that's nerve wracking. We got a system in place. I like what Bronny at. This is the start of the process with Bronny and our young guys. I like where we at. This is the start of the process. I think he could be this, he could be that, and they plan on he could be getting some minutes this year and all that. Like it just a lot of stuff that's not right. That's not right. Giannis' brother, it always that he's the 15th man, but you could say what you want about Giannis' brother. Now, always say that. Giannis' brother brings value to the Bucks. He brings a lot of you guys don't know like impacts how you do it. All the guys right now, you ask guys about that, you ask former players who played with the Bucks or anything, they always talks about Giannis' brother. How he impacts them. He works out with them. He keep them. He's first one off the bench when they come fighting. Why? Like when when they getting into it and different things like that. He's encouraging. He has impact on that team. You don't know, and they all love him. You say something about the Bucks, I guarantee everybody with Thanasis, man. He's like one of they favorite players. He's one of their favorite players. See, a lot of stuff. See, I can't blame y'all. Y'all don't know because it's like a little inside things. You know, it's some inside stuff you might just don't know. And fortunately, I got some insight on that, how he's viewed and what they say about Thanasis. They love Thanasis. I guarantee. Talk to Dame. Talk to Dante. Talk to Dante. Dante don't play with them. I guarantee you, he said, yo, he dives on the difference between you. That's why you can't go. He played solid defense. He crashed the boards. When he get in the game, he energized them. He dive and he run on he's a wild man. But he keeps them encouraged. He come on he talks to them when they get mad. When things get hot, he calms them down. He jumps off the bench. That matters. That matters. But it's no thing where They talks about even him being in the rotation, he playing minutes. Oh, he got to play with his. Oh, this, that, and the third. He's the future. We gonna bring like, okay, cool. He said getting Bronny was how the Lakers to keep Bron happy, and that's the problem right there. The problem right there is the Lakers too much worried about keeping LeBron happy. What's the best for their team? That is the issue. LeBron showed year after year in the last few years he don't have the impact on a game like that. He don't. People who know about ball look at, oh my God, look, the Lakers, Bron still putting up numbers. That's all they looking at. And he's putting up numbers because the style of play in today's NBA, where you could be older now if you get minutes to produce. The way the style of play is now, if you older and you healthy, Kevin Durant gonna do the exact same. I guarantee you, if he relatively stay healthy, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, if they pretty much stay healthy, I could pretty much guarantee you when they get 40 years old, they still gonna be able to produce. Still gonna be able to produce. Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. They still they don't get no real big injuries, no Achilles and stuff like that. They pretty much like LeBron, little injuries where they out for a couple weeks. They can withstand that. Them dudes going to do the same thing, put up numbers. Ain't gonna probably be no impact on winning, but they go do the same thing. All Winston is the style of play of the NBA. And believe me, if LeBron was that age and he was playing, I ain't gonna say the 90s. I have to say the 2008s and stuff like that. He wouldn't be putting up numbers like that. He would not be doing that. He would not be putting up numbers like that. You know what I'm saying? He would not be putting up numbers like that. He doing that because that's just what it is. And that is the problem with the Lakers. The Lakers still got him, view him as the best player on their team, and the Lakers still going out their way to keep him happy. And that's just why the Lakers not going to win anything. He don't have impact on winning. He don't. He don't. You just like drama knowledge. Now I love that drama. That girl's crazy. She lying. She's crazy. I know these people. A lot of them people don't have no alliance with each. Some of them don't have no alliance with each other. The name she named. She lying. So we can't really have that on our show. People come just making. She has mental problems. We already found out about her. She has she's schizophrenic. You know, it won't take long for to find out. She ain't been living in New York. She lives in Connecticut. She lives in Connecticut, but left New York a long time ago. A long time ago, she left New York. She's schizophrenic and she's crazy. They even took her kids from her. Now, I ain't gonna sit there and talk about her right now, but that girl there, like, you know, it it kills credibility on the show. She be wild. He said Braun still best player on the Lakers. No, he not. He's not better than Anthony Davis. and thing what I don't like about Anthony Davis defers to him too much. Anthony Davis don't has no heart. That's why I ain't gonna lie. Y'all notice if y'all watch me long enough, Anthony Davis was one of my favorite players in the NBA. Like one of, like nice to say, years he always my favorite player has always been like let's say like 5, 6 years ago, always been like you always heard the names like Brandon Ingram, Kevin Durant, um, um, Anthony Davis. I used to like Paul George. Paul George once he went to Clippers, and then he start. It's not so much that he went to Clippers, but he started chirping and start. Oh, I always, and he just came off real fake. So I kicked Kevin. I kick what's his name to the side. I kick I kick I kick what's the name to the side? Um Paul George. And and Anthony Davis, after I thought like after he won a championship, but everything Bron, like he too much, he's not his own man. I can't respect the man that's not his own man, and he don't want to take charge of the Lakers. He don't be like, yo, this is he don't do it. And it's crazy because they always talk about Rudy Gobert, and this guy don't got what the what the Anthony Davis to do to show that he got heart. They quick to talk about Rudy Gobert, and I know because he's French and stuff like that. That's why I don't like them clowns. Like clowns be everybody be quick to be talking about Rudy Gobert. Anthony Davis the same way. He just a better player. He give you more offense and stuff, but he's soft. Anthony Davis is super soft. He now that he got that championship, he's on the background. LeBron James, he never stand up for him. Anthony Davis always been like a good dude. Bron don't like Darvin. He had his thing with Darvin. Now Anthony Davis don't like Darvin. He never stand up. Even with Frank Vogel. Bron stopped playing for Frank. He stopped playing for Frank Vogel. Anthony Davis is a clown, man. He no different from Rudy Gobert, man. Like far as if you want to say heart and stuff like that. He said Wolves should have traded Rudy Gobert instead of Towns. They probably tried to. They probably tried to and probably couldn't. Remember, trades go both ways. And they probably couldn't get what they wanted from him. And they probably looked at Rudy Gobert is not going to get the money Towns getting. See, I look at certain general managers. I think Tim Connolly's smart. So if he did it, like certain guys get that pedigree where if they get your respect. Like if they did something, it's to the point where it's like, wow, I got to see. I can't just judge the guy or say because he's smart. It had to be a reason. You know what I'm saying? And I think Tim Connolly, it's like it's like a reason. But that wasn't a bad trade, and I understand why they did it. The NBA really and LeBron is causing all this because they really, when LeBron started the super team stuff and they doing it. Look, people don't realize LeBron James handprint on today's NBA is heavy. LeBron James is the reason the NBA is where it's at right now because they trying to stop super teams. So they put all these first apron, second aprons in to avoid this stuff. So now all these owners, no matter how rich they is, at the end of the day, they're businessmen. Teams can't afford it. So they like, okay, he getting this money, Cat getting $60 million a year, 50-something million a year. Like, we can't afford it. He said super teams been around fake narrative. That's not true. We talk salary wise. Now that's affecting salaries. You saying super teams been around it and see people it's the way Bron when you do it coming as free agent or forcing your team to a way that's different than you getting traded and or drafted. You can't name me some super teams. Who said this? Big Dog. PG Big Dog. Name me some super teams and I'll break everything down to you. Name me some super teams. I'll break it down to you. We talk back in. You said Ben, so we not talking. We talk before. He said Boston '08. Now I'm gonna tell you how that came about. It wasn't forced. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna break it down how that came about. It's now that wasn't formed like that. What happened was, now I'm gonna break that down. What happened was they already had Paul Pierce, right? Boston had Paul Pierce already, right? Boom, right? They had Paul Pierce, right? Now a trade and the way LeBron did it with the salary and we all join it and the way he did it, totally two different things. Somebody forcing their way to a trade is something totally different. Kevin Garnett, Boston had a lot of young players, had low salary. They was garbage, and they had Paul Pierce already on the roster, right? And they had the 5th pick of the draft. So they traded. They had a lot of players already. They traded for Kevin Garnett, right? He didn't ask to go there. He didn't force his way to Boston. They traded Kevin Garnett. He could have went to the Lakers. The Lakers ain't whatever situation with the Lakers, it didn't happen. They traded for Kevin Garnett, right? Boom. They had the pieces to do it, right? Bam. Then you go, okay, Ray Allen. They had the 5th pick of the draft, and Seattle wanted to get rid of Ray Allen. Because they didn't want to pay him. They didn't want to pay him. They saw foresee it and didn't want to pay him, and they wanted to rebuild their team. They want to get younger. Because they want to get younger and want to rebuild. That had nothing to do with Boston. So Boston was able and was in position to get Ray Allen. And like you said, those guys was older already, so they all was in their 30s. So it made it a little easier. You know what I'm saying? So doing that with trades is different. That's like right now, let's say Bradley Beal, how they got him. Bradley Beal already was like damaged goods as far as injuries, and he had a ridiculous contract. So those circumstances, what LeBron did, all these guys in their 20s, they planned that years out. Years out. It wasn't no coincidence Miami didn't have salary. They planned that years out with setting their contracts the way it is where they could all team up. So now it's like free agents walking there. Trades, it takes two to tangle. So it's totally two different things, bro. I just broke that down for you. Totally two different things. Trades, it takes two to tangle, and it's different when you get. Anthony Davis forced his way to the Lakers. It forced the Lakers had the young guy, and he had 1 year left on his contract, and they didn't want to lose him for nothing. He forced his way to the Lakers. I'm not playing with nobody but the Lakers. That's a force to the thing. It was no other team. Boston tried to get him. He said, well, if y'all get him, his father even came. I don't want him to go to Boston. It's racist. This, that, and the third. I hate Boston, this, that, and the third. I'm telling you, his father even came out and said that. If he go there, I can promise you he's leaving. It will only be for 1 year. So you could be wasting your good young players. That's a force to. Ray Allen ain't forced his way to the Celtics. Ray Allen ain't forced his way to the Celtics. So when people say, always, you can't help it if you got young players and they happen to be good. When you drafting players, I don't want anybody that drafted to a team and they happen like OKC. I see people be like, yo, OKC was a super team. OKC, all them guys were drafted there. If you ever drafted, I don't want to hear nothing. Magic, Worthy, and all them guys, they were drafted there. You can't say nothing. Sweezy, what up? He said Pippen and Jordan was already on. Pippen and Jordan was already they got drafted by the Bulls. They never played on no other team but the Bulls. So you can't count that. And Rodman was damaged goods. Nobody wanted him. He was doing a lot of bugged out stuff, and nobody wanted him. They got him for next to nothing. And he was already in his 30s. And Rodman was not no top players, no top 20 players in the NBA. So you can't say that. So I'm debunking everything right now. Rodman was damn near out the league. He was doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff in San Antonio, wearing dresses, doing stuff like, and they gonna cut him. He was not no top player in the NBA. You can't compare a Boston situation to a Miami situation. You just can't do it. Garnett didn't want to play. He was going to choose the Lakers. He said Kobe didn't. He said he had a hard time agreeing to Boston. He said he had a hard time agreeing to Boston, but he wanted to go to the Lakers, and Kobe didn't answer the phone. And he said he wanted to make sure, out of respect, that Kobe is cool with it. He said Drexler, Barkley, Pippen, and Hakeem. They all wasn't there at the same time. And they all was old. They all, see, you going by names when you do that. None of them, all of them was a shell. All of them was a shell of themselves. Like, I didn't look at, some people did. I didn't look at the Clipper team as a super team. See, this is where I'm different from a lot of dudes. That Clipper team last year with Russ, Harden, Kawhi, and Paul George, I didn't look at them as no super team. None of them was at they best. They all on the downward side. Russ was already named mud in the thing. Harden was nowhere near the player he is. I ain't look at them. They super team by name. See, that's the difference between me and a lot of guys. I'm different from a lot of guys. Guys don't put things in proper content. None of them guys, when you say super team, none of them guys was outside of Kawhi. None of them guys was top. And you might say Paul George. None of them super team to me is you got like 3 guys at bare minimum, 3 in the top 20. All of them got to be in the top 20. Best players in the NBA. Then you going on name recognition. Kawhi, all of them is outside of top 10. Kawhi and Paul George. You say top 20, and then they all, if you look at their career, they all was on the downside of their career. They all 30s, all in their 30s, and all on the downside. Harden nowhere near the same Harden he was. Yeah, he still put up decent numbers. Like I said, you can't go by. He had no impact. See, people quick to go by numbers. People quick to go by numbers is no impact. It was no impact. Harden had no impact on the game. None. And Harden downsized career. Russ had no impact. People sitting there, y'all know what people were saying about Russ. So you can't say that. And people were saying, they were saying, what's the name is they were sitting there saying, the Clippers are super team. I'm like, how? How? Super teams is when you got 3 players all at the top of their game. And all at Miami, when LeBron did that, you had all of them at the top of their game. Wade, Bron, and Bosh. All still 26 and shit like that. That's like having Luka, Jokic, and that's like you having Luka, Jokic, and And who else? Luka Jokic. I'm saying somebody who's like around like 15 right now, the best player. Luka Jokic. And let's say Jaylen Brown. That's like having Luka Jokic and Jaylen Brown all on the same team right now today. Luka at his age, Jaylen Brown at his age, and Jokic at his age. Wade still was a don't do that. Wade was a beast. Don't do that, said Wade. Don't do that. Don't do that. Wade was one of the best players the year before. He said super teams been here before. Y'all still ain't named none. Y'all still ain't named no super teams. Y'all listening to y'all listen to Nick Wright with that. Oh, it's been super because he want to hold that argument. Bron started that joint. Iman Shumpert said it. If a guy get drafted to a team, he happen to turn out to be a great player. Like for instance, Boston. Boston got Tatum and Brown been drafted by them. If they get a player like for instance, they got Porzingis. Porzingis he got the name recognition. Drew Holiday got the name recognition, but they not at they best. They not at their best. They wasn't. This not the best version of Porzingis or out his career. It's not the best version of Drew Holiday as career. And Drew Holiday never. They was near one of them. Never top 15 best player in the NBA. Never. They never was considered a top 20 best players in the NBA. Never in their career. They was never top 20 in the NBA. Near one of them. Now when KD went, when KD went, joined them, because Draymond wasn't, right? But when KD joined them, because now you could say Clay maybe a little outside top 15. He said Kareem, there was long before Bird and Worthy, who was drafted. He said Bronny is 50 overall. I want them to get Worthy and Magic was drafted to the Lakers. Nobody, that was a draft. You're right. He said Bron mentally weak. He is. Bron tried to dictate. That's to be honest, niggas. I mean, I ain't gonna say that N word, but a lot of players don't respect Bron. They scared of him and they know, like, you know what I mean? The money, a lot of people don't respect him, man. You said Kareem. See, y'all keep looking at one when the player joined. Kareem ain't had to be, but Magic and Worthy was. I'm not saying all three of them have to be drafted by the Lakers. That's one player. Kareem wasn't drafted by, and Kareem was there before Magic, and they happened to draft Magic and Worthy. When Kareem got there, Magic and Worthy wasn't there. He got there before them. I just broke down everything. I ain't see y'all tell me one yet, man. You can't go by names. That's like right now, let's say Miami, for instance. Right? Let's say Bam is there already, right? And let's say you got Jimmy Butler there already. Let's say they get a player like Bradley Beal. That's not a super team. Bradley Beal and Jimmy Butler is not at their peak. Y'all can't go by super team because of names. And Bradley Beal would go to Miami right now. That's not a super team. The big three. The big three were Bill, Bill Butler, and Bam. That's not a super team. They have like a good solid big three. That's not a super team. Same thing like Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is not the same player he was. He still put up numbers, but he don't impact winning like that. He don't. So him, Bill, what's his name, is not. He's more on the decline. Bill on the decline. Yeah, like when the Lakers had Bron, AD, Melo, Westbrook, that was no super team. Because ain't the same Bron. And Westbrook definitely wasn't. And Melo, nah, that wasn't no super team. Now, if you say three players, you can't go by max because everybody get the max these 3 days. You can't say that because everybody get the max and don't deserve it. You can have 3 max players, that don't make you a super team. Yeah, I'll be back. I got a conference call right now.